Hey y'all. Since it's still daylight in my room, I figured I would go ahead and do my C-section and recovery video. I know this is like the third video I've posted today, but I've just been wanting to vlog for so long that I constantly write down ideas. And since I have the time today, and since I have daylight, and since I've pretty much found a spot that I wouldn't mind vlogging, I figured I would go ahead and knock out as many as possible. So, with that being said, this is going to be the C-section recovery video. I think I just said that, but that's what this video is going to be about. I'll tell you why I had my C-section and how I recovered from it. So, okay, here we go. July 3rd of 2010, my daughter was born. She was born by C-section. Like I said in my intro video, it was not an emergency section. It was just a C-section due to the fact that I'd already been in there 3 days and she just was not coming out. They asked me did I want to go home, and I said no, I'm ready to see her, I'm ready to get her out, let's do this. And so they went ahead and sent me in for a C-section. Now, when I went to my first doctor's appointment due to being pregnant, um, they did the whole check and they asked family history, and my mom, I was a C-section baby. My sister and my brother were C-section babies. My mom has had 3 C-sections. She cannot have any more because the first one was an emergency section. She was cut straight down the middle, and just the way she was cut, she was only limited to so many C-sections, and so she can't have any more. Now, so in the checkup, they told me that I would not have to have a C-section, that she felt that I was going to be good enough to not have to have one. So I was told I was going to have one. Well, long story short, I did. And it was due to the okay. So once I was in surgery, and once I started getting the C-section, they found out that I have a heart-shaped pelvis, and that she was stuck on a like a tailbone, I guess, that I have. So she just was not going to come out. So I was cut this way. I will not be showing my scar, sorry, but I just will not be showing. And I had 15 staples. It's not stitches. I was not, sometimes they give you inside stitches and staples, but I do not believe I received the inside stitches. I just received 15 staples. So that was it. Okay, so once you have your C-section, you are put into a recovery room, which I'm not sure if they do that with natural labor because I did not go through natural labor. So, but anyways, you will be put in a recovery room, and you're in there for an hour. I was in there for 2 because due to the fact I have high anxiety and panic attacks, and I guess that I was just in like so much just that every time I was like, the drugs had me passing out, and so every time I went to go to sleep, my breathing would stop. So I had to stay in there because I had to get my oxygen levels back on track. So I was in there for 2 hours. I didn't get to see her, hold her, hear her how she was, or anything for 2 hours. So then after the 2 hours, I was put in a still like an after postpartum room. There we go. So I was put in my postpartum room. I was in there, and I guess since mine was so late, it was at 3:10, that they went ahead and just let me rest for the rest of the night. If it's early though, I think they will make you get up and use the bathroom. They will. She did come and remove my catheter, and I had the choice to get up and use the bathroom. Like, basically, she wanted me to get up and use the bathroom, but I never felt like the need to use the bathroom that night, so I just didn't. So the next day, my nurse come in, and she asked me if I had been to use the bathroom yet, and I said no. She's like, well, honey, I would like for you to get up and try to use the bathroom. So by this time, your medication, your epidural, has worn off, and the pain is the most excruciating pain I swear you will ever witness. Like, it's just, I mean, if you've been through any other surgery, I'm sure that's, I'm not saying that's not pain either, because that's, I mean, that's what this was a surgery. So, believe me, I know. Now, so, let's just say it just hurt, okay? It just hurt. So, I had to get up and use the bathroom. Just like in natural labor, you are bleeding. Just because you were cut, it does not stop the bleeding that they say you will have after natural birth. You are bleeding. Um, um, since I did not have natural labor, I'm not saying it does not hurt to use the bathroom with natural labor, but it hurts probably just amount or even worse with a C-section, because I know when I had to use the bathroom, you could feel all your muscles inside, like, pushing out your urine. Like, it just hurt. So, she was proud that I used the bathroom, and, they come in there, and with a C-section, you have to, and like I keep saying, though, I'm not sure with natural labor, but with a C-section, you have to get, blood tests, keep on getting blood tests done. With mine, I was this close to having to have a blood transfusion, because my blood was just not, I lost so much blood in my C-section that my blood was just so thin that they were worried, and they kept telling me that if it didn't get any better by the next morning, I was going to have to go in for a blood transfusion. So, I spent one more night in the hospital, and the next morning, that night, she took Torreya, my nurse took Torreya into, the nursery, and she told me that if I felt up to it, that I should try to walk to go and get her, instead of asking the nurse to bring her to me. Let's just say that was an epic fail. I did not walk to go get her. I had the nurse bring her back to me. So, I think this is going to have to be a part 2, because I'm not a partner, and so I don't have 10 minutes first. I'm already at 8 minutes. So, where was I at? Oh, anyways, so she had to bring her to me, and I just could not go and get her. It hurt so bad to move. Okay. So, that night, Torreya spent the night in the room with me, and to make details straight, she spent the night on me. I don't know if I said this in my first video, I did not breastfeed, because it's also harder, like Jessica said from Gabe and Jess, it is harder to breastfeed with C-sections. Like my right side was just not producing, so I could not breastfeed. I was totally down for it, but I could not breastfeed. But that's off subject, and there's no need to do a video for that, because I didn't breastfeed, so I won't make a video for that. But that's just, it is, to me, it was more difficult to breastfeed than with my C-section than I'm sure it would have been having her natural. So, anyways, you're supposed to be in there 3 days with a C-section. I was released the very next day at noon. I was wheelchaired out like anybody else is. On the ride home, every single bump we hit, oh my god, oh my god. But anyways, so once we got home, I came home, and, I wore, like, these nightgowns. I don't have one with me, but I wore, like, these nightgowns, and that's because anything that touched my stomach, whether it was on where they cut me or not, anything that just touched near that area of my stomach just, like, set my nerves for down there off. Like, I just hurt so bad.